We're making the Odyssey. Chrissy knows. We're just casting today.
Okay.
I think it's pretty obvious Odysseus is Matt Damon.
The Irish guy from Boston?
Fucking wicked, yeah, kid. Yeah. I think we put a bunch of superheroes in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Spider-Man. Yeah. MJ. Yeah. Batman. Catwoman. Punisher. Yeah. A Wakanda princess. Yeah. It's a Marvel Cinematic Universe in Greek mythology. Yeah. Travis Scott.
Did you like the soundtrack or?
Travis Scott. He's gonna act in it. He's gonna play an old poet from Greek mythology.
Wait.
There's a direct line between poetry and rap.
Yeah. I'm sorry, is this the same guy who said, my dick longer than a Pringle box?
I said poetry. So yeah, you not testing me? No. You mean I'll fill the whole cast out with rappers? Okay. I'll do that. Okay. Just to fuck with you guys. Yeah. I'm talking Ice Cube's gonna play Helen of Troy, dude. Okay. I'll get Big Willie to do the outro. Fetty Wap's gonna play the Cyclops. He's already got one eye, right? Okay. So we're excited, right? Yeah. Elliot Page is gonna be in it. Y'all cool with that, though, right? Mm-hmm. He's a 5'1" warrior. There's no you don't have anything to say, right? All right, we're gonna make $1 million.
The Odyssey, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Matt Damon, Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, and a whole bunch of other people here that I can't name off the top of my head. But this is a stacked cast of talent, and there's no denying it. Right off the bat, I think the talent in this film, the performers of this movie, all the actors, actresses, all that stuff, they are top notch. They are great in everything that they do. Everything else they do is fantastic. It's brilliant. The sets, the costume design, some of the costume design. I have some issue with some of the costume design in this film, especially for a big movie like this. But for the most part, it's really neat to look at. It's a beautiful movie. It's directed very well in the sense that where, you know, how they direct the actors and all of this stuff, the staging, everything. It's great. The director, Christopher Nolan, never misses a beat when it comes to spectacle and scope. With all that being said, this is a pretty fucking mid film. It is not what everyone is coming out to say it is. I mean, this is not a movie that I am going to come out and go, this movie was amazing. It paid my mortgage. It cured cancer. It took care of my diarrhea. Like, I'm not going to come out here and say this because I've got nothing to lose. I'm not a critic. I'm not being paid. I'm not getting free access. I'm going to tell you how it is. And from somebody who loves film, loves Christopher Nolan's work, I absolutely adore the way he shoots his movies, the mechanics of storytelling, you know, and the way he structures his films. Not every movie is perfect. There are a few flaws in his resume. For example, The Dark Knight Rises. Not a great finale to a Batman trilogy, but it was a serviceable one, but not one that I go back and watch all the time. Tenet. Very complicated plot, but if you go back and watch it and actually pay attention, you get where Christopher Nolan, what he's trying to tell. It's just that he knows more than the audience on the story that he was trying to tell with Tenet. And I think that's where it failed to kind of capture the audience and connect with them, you know. So it's just a lot of visual appeal, great direction, great performances, but just kind of a little hollow inside. Other than that, he doesn't have a weak film. The Odyssey right now, to me, is the weakest movie of his resume. And it's not really for all of the problems that people are spilling out on the internet. I mean, this is for me, this movie has pacing issues. This movie doesn't really adapt the book properly in the sense that where the book, it's engaging. The TV movie that came out in the 90s, it was engaging. This movie is not. This movie is stop and go, stop for a long time, lots of dialogue, lots of weird time jumps that, look, I get it. Nolan doesn't treat the audience like they're idiots. So he understands that people will get the point where this time frame is, where this time jump is going, all of this stuff. But it's fucking annoying because it happens all the time now. Like, he's assuming that we all understand, but it's annoying when it happens a lot. Once or twice, great. 13 times in your movie, not so great. So it just gets annoying, and it just takes you out of the film a little bit. But the one thing that makes me not want to watch this movie ever again, to go back to it or check out 5 minutes of it, and it's not because of the actors, it's not because of the direction, it's not well, the direction, this is somewhat of a direction, but it's not because of the technicalities, it's not because the story is stupid. It's the dialogue. It's the dialogue. Simple, right? The dialogue. Why? They just talk. Well, here's the thing. When you are in a certain time period, okay, at least give us the feel or convince us that we are immersed in that world. Start talking like people talked back in the day. I get it that back in the day that was modern speak, but language has changed since then. So there's really nothing as of an excuse when people say, well, I would just, you just say it in Greek. Of course, you have to say it in Greek because in a post Passion of the Christ apocalypto world, a movie like this, I expected Chris Nolan to go far. I mean, far, and look for actors from Greece and present a movie that is at least somewhat close to the accurate representation of, ancient Greece. And I get it. In this, you wanted to do something that a lot of today's generation can connect to. When your opening scene has a rapper telling the story, and he sounds like the rapper in an ancient Greek mythology, I'm out. I'm out. And I don't blame anyone else who does. I mean, you can't blame them if people are wanting to watch an adaptation that is proper. You've got Tom Holland, you've got Robert Pattinson. Those are two British actors. They don't even speak British in this. They speak American. Tom Holland sounds like Peter Parker. Robert Pattinson sounds like Edward Cullen in this movie. It's so distracting and it's so weird. And if you like that, great. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you are on board. This movie was made for you. Okay, so there you go. This movie wasn't made for folks like myself. I never read the Odyssey. I understand that the Odyssey is different than what Christopher Nolan did. I get that. There are characters that they added into this story because Chris Nolan wants to help a friend out. And everyone is eating that up like it's just some big activist movement. And that also, the climate around this film also dilutes the movie for me because instead of a movie like Gladiator that just comes out and blows everyone away, everyone is like everyone got blown in the theater. Like, oh, everyone's minds were blown by watching that movie. And why did it work? Why do people use this excuse like stupid John Campea? Oh, well, when Gladiator came out, Russell Crowe's not Spanish. Russell Crowe in Gladiator looks more Spaniard than, let's say, a Denzel Washington. Would you cast Denzel Washington or Russell Crowe as a Spaniard? Gee, let me think. If I really want my movie to be accurate, what's as close to accurate? Right? Okay. So for me, the casting choices that were controversial. First off, I laughed when I watched the movie and just realized that Lupita Nyong'o's in it for like 12 seconds in an entire 3-hour movie. Um, Elliot Page, though, that one I understand the gripe because not only did you make a proxy version of Achilles, but you added a character just so you could put your friend in there, and you kept that character has a thread throughout the entire movie. So it kind of comes off as like, wait, what? Like, okay, it makes me want to go back and watch a proper adaptation. So if your goal was to get someone to be interested in the Odyssey, you did it. But I'm not going to go back and watch your movie. Nor am I going to give proper word of mouth and go, well, you should check out Nolan's version. No, I'm going to sit there and be like, Nolan's version was weird. It's this weird experiment where everyone is talking like they're in Los Angeles. You should watch the TV movie where it actually adapts the story properly and they speak. And look, we were not there, but at least it sounds convincing enough to know that this is what they sounded like. This is the aesthetic. So I get why people have gripes with this movie. And it's not because of racism, okay? It's the fact that they want to see a proper adaptation. I get that. So, with all that being said, the technicals were great, the performances were great, the direction style was awesome, but it was just a movie that just felt hollow and empty, and it was fucking boring. I mean, it was fucking boring. I love fantasy stories, but man, give us one that is engaging and not so pretentious that you've got idiots like uh I'm not going to name names because good on them on their channels. But you've got people who are like, this is a wonderful masterpiece, and they have a stupid thumbnail to go with it. And it's just like, guys, like I said, I've got nothing to lose. I'm not getting free access from this. I'm not getting paid. I have to pay money to go see movies. So I've got nothing to lose. So, yes, I'm going to give you an honest review. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. This movie is a 6 out of 10. It is boring. It's slow. But the performances, if you love performances, and I do, I'm one of those, I can watch a shit film, but I'm just engaged because I want to see the performances. It's weird, right? Strange, mental, but I do it. The performances are there, and it's great. It's like one big giant stage play, just theatrical. The background moves. That's what this movie felt like, a very boring stage play. You've got all kinds of people playing all kinds of parts. And I'm going to leave it with this. And this movie felt like, and I'm going to quote Gary from Nerdrotic. He said it best. Christopher Nolan taking on the Odyssey feels as if an atheist directed the Bible. And that's just enough said. So, with all that being said, 6 out of 10. This movie is not recommendable for me. Wait until it comes out on streaming. You could pause, you could go to the bathroom, you can make some food. You can also look at your, partner and decide if you want to continue watching this shit. 'Cause it's not, I don't, if this movie was not directed by Christopher Nolan, this movie would not get the attention it's getting right now. I promise you that. So, anyway, folks, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'll be back later this week, of course, with a new episode and also some new topics. Things are going to happen. Plus, Spider-Man is coming out, so we can move away from this Odyssey shit and forget about it like it's a fart in the wind. Uh, Spider-Man's coming out. We've got stuff coming out later this year. We've got lots of things to talk about. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, you guys have been super nice. I will be back, but until then, I'm out. Peace.